Welcome back on Sherdog, Morgan. How are you today, my friend?
Yeah,
Ça va?
I'm feeling good, thank you. And you?
Uh, I'm good. I'm great. I'm great. I'm so glad to see you again. Are you in Paris?
Yeah, I'm in Paris. I'm in Paris right now.
How are your last days of training camp going?
They're going really well. Training camp has been going well too. I'm just staying ready because I've had my last fight was not so far ago, so I just have to stay in shape and just work a bit for the new opponent. But yeah, we're good. There's no injury, nothing. So just
I,
waiting for the day.
I'm glad to hear that. And I suppose your weight is on point as well?
Yeah, my weight is really good. I'm still eating pretty good because I didn't have had time to get fat after the fight. So yeah, I'm good. Good, really
Yeah,
good. Everything's good.
you have a point there since you competed in July. It was quite a performance. You stopped your opponent in the third round at Cage Warriors London. Were you expecting to, of course, to win, but to finish your opponent?
Yeah, that was the goal. The goal was to control the fight, don't make a stupid mistake. Um, the first thing was get the win, but in my head and all my coaching staff, the thing was to get a good finish. Finish was really important to have. So we're like, okay, we need to keep finishing guys with some nasty shot or some brutal things. So it's visual. And so for all the preparation, I had time to prepare the guy. So I didn't know him really well, and I know I will make him crack before the end of the fight, and I will get the TKO or a KO. And that's what we got. So yeah, we were happy, but that's what we wanted.
That was the plan since the beginning. But what about receiving the call every fighter wants to receive, the UFC call. What were you doing when your manager told you that you are attached for a fight at UFC Paris?
So it was a few days before after the win, and I was in the restaurant at this moment with one of my friends. It was his birthday. I had a big day. It's like I don't know, working since 8 maybe. I was training and something like that. And Graham told me, yeah, I need to talk to you about your visa and things like this today. I'm like, no, let's do it tomorrow. I'm full until midnight. And he's like, no, I really need to talk to you about this. I'm like, okay, let's do the call at 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 11 p.m. So it was really late. But I was like, okay, I need to get this done. And so I call him and say, yeah, good. You're in the UFC, buddy. I'm like, what? Come on, what are you saying? Because that was the plan. That was the plan to try to get the UFC call for Paris. But you never know when UFC is going to call. So I was going to stay ready, but I didn't expect the call will be this close to the fight. Like I will think maybe I will have the code like right now or a short notice, something like this. But no, just after the fight, 1 week maybe, I get the call. So yeah, it was a pretty normal day for me. And then yeah, UFC, you're a UFC fighter or no? So I'm like, oh,
I was there at the first UFC Paris last year. The atmosphere was amazing. The arena was on fire. C'était fou. Uh,
yeah.
And I imagine that this is going to be even crazier considering you're pretty popular in France. You have your supporters. I've seen plenty of times your supporters traveling from France to another countries to support you. How much does it mean for you to make your UFC debut in France, in Paris, at the Accor Arena?
It's like it's like a perfect story, it's like a movie story. Because like I fought in France in my early age in MMA, so I was really young. And then MMA was not legal in France when I was fighting in France. And then I've done most of my career in other country, fighting guys outside of the country. And I became popular like this, not by fighting in France, but fighting outside of France. So there's a lot of people that follow me that never see me fight and things like this. And when I come back with the biggest organization in the world, in one of the biggest stadium in France, in Paris. It's a really popular stadium, a Corona in France. People like it. And so I come back in this one, show sold out, and everyone is buzzing that I get my UFC call. So yeah, I'm really happy. You really feel, like the hard work have paid off, and I know the support will be there for my UFC debut because they know the road was tough to get here. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful story.
And for your story to end with the perfect ending, you of course have to win your fight. You're now attached to compete against Manolo Zecchini. What do you think about your opponent? Is there anything in particular that stands out to you of him?
Yeah. Manolo Zecchini is a good aggressive fighter. He put people out by knocking them. So most of the time he's in the first or second round. So he come hard. He has power in his hand. So yeah, he's pretty dangerous. But I face guys like this. So I know what I have to do. But yeah, it's not an easy fight. It's like I really need to be on the top of my game and see everything's coming. Because he would try to take my head off like he do every time with all his last opponent. So we take him really seriously to make really a good performance in Paris against him.
France versus Italy, since you're of course a Frenchman, your opponent is an Italian. France versus Italy, it has quite a sort of rivalry, especially as far as soccer or football goes. So do you feel it, like, do you feel not pressure, but do you feel like this task to represent your country against an Italian?
No, not really. For me, just another fight. So where I come from, there's not something that bothers me. Like he could be French, he could be Deutsch, could be American or English. The fact that he's Italian is like this, but for me, it's not putting pressure on me. There's no story for me like I need to beat him because he's Italian or something like that. No, I'm just taking him as a man that's come to fight me and that want to knock me out. I'm not fighting to do country against country. I'm just fighting me against him.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough, Morgan. Before I let you go, do you have any last messages? And if you want, you can share a message in French as well.
Yeah. My message is just stay tuned for my UFC debut because that's only the beginning of something really big. I've had my time in Cage Warrior to know what I have to do, and know I'm going to really take over and just show the world what there is in France and just become a big thing in the sport. So my road begins next week on the 2 September. Just stay tuned and watch my fight, watch everything. You will see what I say.
Merci beaucoup, Morgan. Bonne chance. Hopefully, I will hear again from you in the future, my friend.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Yeah.